Ask a farmer, rancher, or really any business owner what are some of their biggest challenges, and you won't have to wait that long to hear them say labor. Where are we going to find the help? How are we going to find the help to keep these operations going and growing into the future? That's one of the big questions right now. But to bring stakeholders together and try to find some solutions, the Montana Stockgrowers are holding the first ever Ag Labor Summit next week in Billings. Executive Vice President Raylee Honeycutt told me about where the idea to hold the summit came about.
Montana Stockgrowers did the Producer Profitability Initiative and our listening sessions around the state the last 2 years. And from those listening sessions, we really picked up 5 key themes, labor being one of those as one of the top challenges for producers around the state when they're discussing business challenges. And so from that, we decided that there hasn't been a real conversation about labor in Montana from a holistic standpoint. And so we decided to host this labor summit. It will be January 21st and 22nd in Billings. And we're really excited about the conversation and the next steps that we may gain from the conference.
The summit will look at the labor issue from several different angles, and Rayleigh says the first day will be all focused on domestic labor.
Day labor to hiring employees to how do we deal with HR issues, those types of things, and really talk about where we can maybe look to build workforce pipelines from a domestic labor standpoint. The second day, then we move into the foreign labor aspect of it. And so H2A and the H2A program will be a main theme throughout that second day, but we'll also talk about other things like TN visas or other types of visas, H2Bs, to really talk about what tools are available and how can producers actually utilize those tools to the best of their ability. Obviously, there's a lot of red tape when it comes to working with immigrant labor, and so we want to make it as easy as possible. And we're bringing in some resources for producers to talk to really help them better utilize the program.
Rayleigh says they'll have producer panels sharing some perspectives, talk about immigration policy, and we'll even have representatives from the U.S. Department of Labor.
We have Brian Pasternick coming in, who specializes in the H2A program. He's going to be one of our key speakers on the second day, and he will be at the conference the entire day. So he's wanted to make a point to say that he's available for producers if they're not able to ask questions during his speaking time, that he'll be available. You can grab him, really talk through your specific questions as it relates to H2A. On the domestic side, we have an HR and consultant coming in who really works with farms and ranches on, HR, wages, training, safety, all of that. And so we really want to have this program available for producers that they'll be able to take 1 or 2 key nuggets home with them and immediately implement them on their operations.
Obviously, this issue is not limited to the ranching industry, so Rayleigh says they've partnered with several different ag organizations to help make the Labor Summit a reality.
We did feel it was really important that this is not just a livestock or a ranching conference. And so we have reached out and have partners from many of the other ag organizations around the state partnering with us on this conference because we're all facing it. And this is one of those topics, and we talk about that with unity and working together and where we can find common ground. So this is one of those common ground issues. So we're bringing in, the farm perspective, the ranch perspective. We're also bringing in agribusiness and businesses adjacent to agriculture to really talk about it because we can't just work in silos. And really, this is an opportunity for us to talk about how we collectively work together and complement one another to really build a plan for workforce and labor in our state.
Again, the Labor Summit will be held January 21st and 22nd next week, and you can register at mtbeef.org.
Registration is $75. That covers both days, 2 meals and a social hour. And really, we invite anyone who is interested in coming to kind of learn more or talk about the challenges that you're facing regarding labor to come join us and be a part of the solution making process.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Colter Brown, Northern Ag Network.